We really need to talk about two massive global forces that are on a collision course right now. One is completely changing the structure of our societies, and the other, it's rewriting the very rules of work as we know it. Understanding how these two intersect isn't just some interesting thought experiment. It's going to define your relevance for the rest of your life. So, let's dive in.
What we're living through right now is, well, it's totally unprecedented. We've got two fundamental shifts, one in our demographics, the other in our technology, and they're happening at the exact same time and at an absolutely blistering pace.
And here they are right next to each other. On one side, we have the dawn of what are called super-aged societies. I mean, think about it. In places like South Korea, by 2050, almost half the population is going to be over 65. And at the very same time, the AI revolution is on track to automate up to 60% of all knowledge work. The key thing here is, this isn't sequential. It's all happening right now.
Now, if you're over 50, this isn't some abstract trend you read about. Our source material calls it the double shock, and it's a direct personal challenge. It's this wild experience of approaching what used to be retirement age, just as the very definition of your life's work is being completely rewritten by algorithms.
Okay, so let's really dig into the details here. Why is this collision of aging populations and AI so fundamentally different from any tech or social shift we've ever seen before? The urgency, you'll see, is very, very real.
What's really wild is the sheer speed of this demographic shift. I mean, aging is a global story, for sure. But major Asian economies are on this incredibly accelerated timeline. They're basically getting old before they get rich, which puts this immense pressure on their entire system. The US, on the other hand, has a bit more breathing room, mostly thanks to steady immigration.
And wow, this chart just drives that point home, doesn't it? Asian societies are being forced to adapt to this new reality something like 2 to 4 times faster than Western countries had to. There's just way less time to build new systems or get the workforce ready.
And then, bam! At the exact moment this demographic pressure cooker is about to explode, this number hits. 40 to 60% of all knowledge work is being automated. So this isn't just about an aging workforce. It's about an aging workforce whose jobs are literally evaporating right from under them.
So what's the solution everyone always talks about? Just keep learning, right? Well, it turns out the entire system we've built for that is already broken. It's starting to collapse. I mean, this is the default answer we've all been given for decades, isn't it? To stay relevant, you just go back to school, you get another certificate, you learn a new skill. But what if that entire model is actually the problem?
Yeah, so much of today's lifelong learning follows this kind of pyramid structure. It's a system that's really good at creating more instructors and selling more certificates, but not so good at actually creating more employed, skilled people. It's become a supply chain for education, not a pipeline to a real job.
And the problem is, this old model has just slammed headfirst into 3 walls it can't get through. First, you've got market saturation. The source points to South Korea, where there are 2 million certified caregivers, but less than a third of them can actually find a job. Second, AI's substitution. I mean, why would you pay for a standard lecture when generative AI can create 80% of that content for free? And finally, and this is the big one, a total paradigm collapse. The whole idea that you learn one thing and then you live off it forever, that is completely, totally dead.
So yeah, the conclusion is pretty inescapable. The system we've all been relying on to help people adapt is fundamentally broken. It was a great solution for a world that just doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, so if the old playbook is totally useless, where do we go from here? Well, the answer isn't in trying to outcompete AI at its own game. It's about doubling down on the one thing it can never, ever have: our uniquely human experience.
Just look at this comparison. AI is an absolute master of repetitive, rule-based tasks. It can crunch massive data sets in a blink. But what's it terrible at? The stuff that makes us human, understanding nuance, telling a compelling story, building genuine trust. That's our territory. That's where our advantage is.
The source material gives this a fantastic name, experience capital. And this isn't just about what you know, it's the wisdom, the context, and the intuition you've built up over decades. And here's the absolute key. Unlike a machine that depreciates over time, your experience capital actually becomes more valuable the older you get. So what is this stuff made of? It's built on 3 pillars that are just human. First, interpretation. Think about a seasoned manager in a crisis. An AI can spit out the sales data, sure, but only that manager can interpret the fear in their team's eyes and make a gut call. That is irreplaceable. Second is articulation.
the ability to weave raw data into a story that actually makes people do something. And third, and this is maybe the most important, relationship. Building real, authentic human connection and trust. And AI can only ever fake that.
So, if the old model's broken and our true advantage is this experience capital, then we need a totally new system designed to grow it. The source calls this the learning cooperative.
A learning cooperative just fundamentally erases the line between the classroom and the workplace. It's a system built for a world where learning never ever stops because work never stops changing. You learn while you earn, and you earn while you learn. It's a continuous loop.
Now here's the really cool part. Look at how it blends these three functions. It's got the structure to teach you new things, like a school, but its projects are real-world and actually generate income, like a company. And it all operates with the collaborative spirit of a community, where everyone is pooling their hard-won experience and sharing access to powerful AI tools. And listen, this isn't just some pie-in-the-sky theory. As you can see here, different versions of this model are already working all over the world. From Japan's talent banks for seniors to the Encore fellowships in the US, people are already building these new kinds of ecosystems where work and learning are one and the same. Okay, this all sounds great on a big systemic level, but what does it mean for you, personally, right now? Let's get really practical and lay out a roadmap for how you can navigate this new world and build your own future.
This right here, this is the most important mindset shift you can possibly make. The goal is not to become a coder or an AI expert. The goal is to look at your unique experience capital and ask yourself, how can I use AI as a tool to make my human strengths even stronger? It's about redesigning your work, not trying to become a machine.
All right, here's your actionable game plan. For the first 3 months, just play. Seriously, get comfortable with the basic AI tools, ChatGPT, Claude, whatever, with zero pressure. Then, for the next 3 months, do a personal inventory. What is your unique experience capital? What can you interpret, articulate, or connect on better than anyone? Then find an AI tool that can act like a supercharger for that skill. From there, launch one small experiment, a tiny consulting project, a mentorship program. And finally, you make it last by plugging into a community, a learning cooperative, where this cycle just becomes your new normal.
You know, when you boil it all down, these two massive colliding forces are asking every single one of us the same fundamental question. It's a tough one, for sure, but it's the only one that really matters anymore.
And the answer couldn't be clearer. Learning is no longer a phase of life. It's the core operating system for a life of perpetual relevance. Because, in the end, only those who keep learning can keep working, and only those who keep working can truly keep learning.